is Sarah Cunningham, and I'm the Senior Director for Student Life and Assistant Dean of Students here at the University of Chicago. I'd like to welcome you to the student employee team here in the Center for Leadership and Involvement. We are so excited that you've made the decision to join our team. Today's video will provide you a short overview and hopefully some context about who we are and what we do here in the Center for Leadership and Involvement. Later on, you will receive job-specific training with your supervisor to provide greater detail about the specific functions that you will be fulfilling within our greater team here in the Center for Leadership and Involvement. Thank you in advance for all of your hard work, and welcome to the team.
Hello, my name is Derek Bundy, and I'm a Student Involvement Advisor in the Center for Leadership and Involvement at the University of Chicago. Today, I'm here to talk to you about the mission of the Center for Leadership and Involvement and to introduce you to some of our staff. The Center for Leadership and Involvement supports the goals of the University of Chicago by creating meaningful involvement opportunities and fostering inclusive environments which advance student learning. We pursue our mission by promoting leadership development, cultivating a sense of campus community, and inviting exploration and discovery. We do this through 4 guiding principles. First, innovation. We continually seek dynamic and sustainable approaches to enhance our work, challenge assumptions, and promote strategies to advance student learning and postgraduate success. Integrity. We exercise the highest ethical and professional standards in our advancement of the student experience. Collaboration. The Center for Leadership and Involvement affirms that we make our greatest impact through the development of meaningful and strategic partnerships. Excellence. We strive to improve our work through the ongoing evaluation of our programs and services. We apply our varied strengths and talents to provide exceptional and authentic customer service to all of our clients. Now that you're more familiar with our mission and guiding principles, let's introduce you to some of our staff. We'll begin with the management team. Sarah Cunningham is the Senior Director for Student Life and Assistant Dean of Students in the University. Jimmy Brown is the Associate Director for Student and Leadership Development, with a focus on our leadership programs. Jen Kennedy is our Associate Director of Community Development and Operations, with a focus on all things related to the Reynolds Club. And Alex Miller is our Senior Associate Director, with a focus on RSOs, student government, and advising. Next is our advising team. Darren Pierre is the Assistant Director of Student Involvement. Jamila Anderson is a Student Involvement Advisor. Derek Bundy is a Student Involvement Advisor. And Tempest Daniels is a Student Involvement Advisor. All advise a portfolio of RSOs and are located in the basement of the Reynolds Club. Working with Jimmy Brown in Leadership Development are Carrie Grogan, the Assistant Director for Student Leadership Development, and Jeff Nielsen, a Student Involvement Advisor. Next is our Financial Operations team, led by Arthur Lundberg, who is the Senior Assistant Director for Administration and Financial Advising. Joining him are Kimberly Moore, our Fiscal Assistant, and Melissa Roy, our Financial Operations Supervisor. And of course, our Community Development and Operations team, who help manage operations within the Reynolds Club. Asad Ali is the Assistant Director of Community Development and Operations. Keisha Jones is our Event Coordinator. Dave McEvers is the Coffee Shop Coordinator, and Eric Sampson is our Event Services Worker. For a full directory of staff emails, phone numbers, and office locations, please check the Dig Deeper section of this module for a list.
Hello everyone, I'm Dave McEvers. I'm the Coffee Shop Coordinator in the Center for Leadership and Involvement. I'm going to talk today about the intersection of different student-employee roles. As with your academic and social lives, you will cross many paths in your work lives. It is important to cultivate solid relationships with fellow employees across campus, and perhaps even more important within our own organization. Center for Leadership and Involvement student employees cover a wide swath of university operations. Our coffee shop students, peer advisors, and building managers, and fiscal assistants, and Mandel Hall stewards are all interwoven into the mission of being of maximum service to students. It is important for us to know each other, to know what we do, in order for our internal partnerships to achieve their full potential. Take time to introduce yourself to that coffee shop barista or peer advisor so that you both can be reminded that you are on the same mission. Now I'm going to talk about the RSO Community Value Statement and how it relates to our employees. This is the RSO Community Value Statement. We are committed to building human and institutional infrastructures that will promote our individual and collective flourishing. The vitality of our community depends on a safe and respectful environment that each of us has a role in sustaining. In order to foster this environment, we must ensure that all students feel supported to contribute their voice in academic and social environments. In order to have productive dialogue, we must always respect another's differing perspectives. The rigorous critical inquiry and pursuit of excellence that distinguishes the University of Chicago emerge from our common core values. Respect. We affirm the dignity of all individuals and strive to uphold a just community in which discrimination and hate are not tolerated. We value the differences and commonalities that bring us together as a community, and we strive for civility in all interactions. Accessibility. We are from diverse backgrounds and carry distinct needs. We have shared responsibility to ensure that every student is given avenues for participation and the resources necessary for success. Active inclusivity. Each of us has a responsibility to ensure that throughout extracurricular life, all students are engaged, supported, and respectful of different communities in order to fully participate. Through embracing these values in our daily lives, we foster an environment of trust, cooperation, and lively inquiry, and advance a commitment of cultivating community traditions and supporting learning outside the classroom. This community value statement is not just for co-curricular RSOs. University policy, our human resources department, and our student employee handbook all reflect the values in this statement. They are spelled out in this statement. It is imperative we practice the principles of respect, accessibility, and active inclusivity at work and in life. Our supervisors, coworkers, and constituents demand and deserve as much. The community value statement guides us to provide and cultivate a personal and community growth-oriented employment environment. Without this, it would just be another job. With this, we can continue to hone the skills that will serve us on any path we may choose.
Here at the Center for Leadership and Involvement, we have some general expectations that we expect all students, staff to follow as they perform their job duties. These expectations cover professionalism, absences and tardiness, appearance and hygiene, communication, and any emergency protocols. So for professionalism, as a student employee, you are expected to exhibit a high degree of professionalism while working in the office. Many workspaces are within public view, and therefore your conduct should always reflect positively upon you, the Center for Leadership and Involvement, and the University of Chicago. Now, with that being said, show up on time. Be there when your shift starts and stay there until it's over. In order for each office to run effectively, we need our student staff to be there and ready to work. By showing up on time, it allows us to continue providing quality services to the University of Chicago community. Socializing. Now, we understand there's a draw to talk with friends while at work. We've all been there. But by all means, feel free to say hi and be friendly. But remember that you are there to work and there are other responsibilities that take priority. So please do not have friends and visitors distract you from the job that you're being paid for. There will also be times where you might be entrusted with some level of confidential information in the performance of your job. This information may not be discussed or disclosed to individuals, offices, or organizations without prior supervisory approval. If you are unsure, talk to your supervisor first. Now, absences and tardiness. We are completely understanding that there are instances that occur that might cause you to miss a shift here and there throughout the semester. If you are ill or in an unforeseen circumstance that arises and you need to call off a shift, there is certain protocols in place that we ask that you take that provide certain continuity to customer service. As soon as you know you must miss a shift, please try to attempt to cover it by emailing your coworkers. The farther in advance that you can do this, the easier it will be. Additionally, you should email your designated supervisor to explain the circumstances and/or receive permission. Once your shift is covered, and especially if it is not covered, you should email your supervisor to let them know what shift you will be missing and who will be covering. If you are unexpectedly sick or in an emergency situation, Call or email your supervisor as soon as you can to alert them so they can make arrangements for coverage. Now, if you're going to be late, and that can be 5 minutes or that can be a half hour, we need to know. So call or email your supervisor to give them the heads up. In any of these instances, it is better to over-communicate than to under-communicate. Now, if you do not follow these protocols, there are consequences that are in place. So constant tardiness, excessive absences, or the failure to report such absences and tardiness as outlined will result in progressive corrective action, designed to identify and correct problems that will affect an employee's work performance and the overall performance of the department. As you can see, there are 4 steps to be taken by your supervisor. To find out more about these steps, you can look in the CLI Student Staff Handbook, which is on our website. Appearances and hygiene. While we do not have a uniform, we do expect you to maintain an acceptable appearance. Honestly, just use common sense as a governing principle, but check with your supervisor if you have any questions. Generally, casual clothing is fine, but please avoid sweatpants or ragged clothes. As comfortable as it might be to wear that old pair of sweatpants and that torn shirt from your 8th grade track tournament, let's save that outfit for later. Communication. Understand that email will probably be the main way that we stay in touch. However, please check with your supervisor to know which way he or she prefers. If you receive an email from your supervisor, please try to respond within 24 hours. This just makes things easier for everybody and will usually guarantee that you will receive any information that may be time sensitive. And overall, your supervisor is probably a pretty understanding person, so please just be upfront and honest with any issue that you are facing. We will always try to show you the respect of things that are going on with your life, so please try to show us that same respect back. And finally, emergency protocols. If you find yourself in an emergency situation, dial 911. And while you dial that number, describe the situation and give your location to the operator. And remember to always remain calm. In a non-emergency situation, contact the campus police by dialing 123 on any campus phone or 773-702-8181 from any other phone. Or, if you feel free, email cops@uchicago.edu. So those are the general expectations that we have for our student employees. We are very excited to have you working for the Center for Leadership and Involvement and are looking forward to a great year.
Next, we'll take a look at some of the CLI offices you might find helpful. These are located in the lower level of the Reynolds Club off the University Avenue entrance. The first office you'll probably see is room 003, the financial office. Here you'll find Kim Moore, the fiscal assistant, and Melissa Roy, the financial operations supervisor. Kim Moore can help you answer questions about UChicago, time, or your paycheck, which your supervisor may not be able to answer. Melissa Roy can provide information about RSO or departmental finances. Next, let's take a look at room 006, the facilities office. As long as the Reynolds Club is open, there's always somebody on staff in this office. If they're not in at the time and the door is locked, you can reach someone immediately by calling the cell phone number written on the door. Here you'll find Keisha Jones, the event coordinator, and me. Keisha can provide information on any reservations and events within CLI-controlled spaces, and I can help with any facilities-related inquiries, like keys or ID card access to CLI spaces. After hours, this office is staffed by a student building manager who can assist with loaning out equipment, reporting maintenance issues, or access to CLI spaces. Next, let's take a look at room 001, the Student Activities Center. The Student Activities Center contains a variety of resources for RSO members and student employees. All mail and packages addressed to any space in the Reynolds Club are delivered to this room. Additionally, the computer workstations are equipped with full suites of multimedia software for any office work or graphic design you may need to do. If you want to make posters, print flyers, or just host a quick meeting, this is the place to come to. During business hours, the front desk is staffed by a Student Activities Center assistant who can answer any additional questions you may have about the space. Finally, let's take a look at the Advising Center suite, room 016. Here you'll find the CLI advising staff and the peer advising staff. Feel free to stop by anytime during business hours to ask questions about RSOs or just to eat lunch or study.
Welcome to this Workday at UChicago training video, Navigating Workday for Employees. This video shows you how to navigate in Workday, view your personal information, view pay, and benefits information. And you will also learn how to make updates and changes to this information. You will sign into Workday using your CNET ID. Please note that Firefox is the recommended browser for accessing Workday. You may also use Google Chrome or Safari. Internet Explorer will only work if you have IE9 or above. Once you have signed into Workday, you will start on your home page. The first time you log into Workday, the Getting Started screen is displayed. Take some time to review the screen hints, and when you're ready, click Let's Get Started. The large circle icons on the home page are called worklets. Worklets help employees manage information and tasks. Clicking on the individual worklets allows you to access various information and tasks related to that worklet. In this example, we'll click on the Personal Information worklet. As you can see, there are several items listed for employees to view or take action on. Note, you will only have this access for your own profile. For example, you can update your home address by clicking on Contact Information under the Change column. Click on the Edit icon to open the information for editing. From this screen, you can either double-click the area you want to edit, or you can click on the Edit icon. If at any time you want to navigate back to the home screen, simply click on the Workday icon located in the top center of the screen. Now, let's take a moment to review the Pay worklet. On the left, you will see the actions you can perform regarding your pay. This includes withholding elections, or taxes, and payment elections, or direct deposit. Let's take a look at payment elections, which is how Workday refers to direct deposits. By clicking on the Add Elections button, you can update this information. By entering the required information, which is denoted with red asterisks, you can make changes to your direct deposits. Back in the Pay worklet, let's take a look at the pay-related information that you can view, such as pay slips, historical activity pay, bonus and one-time payment history, and My Tax Documents. Let's take a look at pay slips. Note that historical pay information will not be available in Workday and will remain in the previous employee self-service, which will be maintained in view-only mode. Workday will become the system of record beginning January 5th, 2015. Here, you can view the details of your pay slips. Scroll down to review all of your pay information. You can also print your payslip image and select your printing option. Remember that clicking the Workday icon in the top center of the screen returns you to your home page. Next, let's explore viewing your benefits information in Workday. This, along with the other areas we viewed today, can be accessed via the specific worklet. You can also use the Smart Search bar in the upper left corner. Now, let's review the inbox. The inbox presents actionable items related to activities within Workday. If you have tasks awaiting your action, your inbox will display a red circle with the number of tasks awaiting your action. Click on the inbox icon in the upper right corner to access the inbox. Click View Inbox to view the full inbox. In the full inbox view, the inbox has been split into 3 tabs: Actions, Notifications, and Archive, giving you easy access to all actionable items and alerts. The Actions tab contains all the items that require your attention. The Notifications tab displays the status of items you have initiated. And the Archive tab tracks all process statuses and historical actions in order to simplify your view. Notice there is a preview pane on the right side of the page, allowing you to edit items directly from the inbox. This is the Expand and Collapse arrow. Clicking on it will expand or collapse your inbox view. When you are ready to exit Workday, click on the photo icon next to your name in the top right corner of the screen. The My Account box is displayed. Select Sign Out in the lower right corner. You are now signed out of Workday and can close your browser. This concludes the Navigating Workday for Employees training video. Thank you for using Workday. Welcome to this Workday at UChicago training video on enrolling in and editing payment elections. This video will show you how to add accounts for payment elections, change account allocations, and how to delete an account. Workday refers to direct deposits as payment elections. Click on the Pay worklet to enroll in or update direct deposit information. Click on Payment Elections under the Actions column. Click on the Add Elections button to add elections for the first time. Notice that we are setting up payment election options for direct deposit. Make sure both of the boxes are checked if you want to set up both expense reimbursement and payment elections. Under Account Information, you can enter an optional account nickname. Use the radio button to select whether this account is a checking or a savings account. Enter the bank name in this field. Next, enter the routing transit number for your bank account. And finally, enter your bank account number. Review the information you have entered for your account and click OK. Notice the checking account has been added and assigned to payment election and direct deposit. In Workday, you have to add each account in this step before you can assign it to a payment election or expense reimbursement. Click on the Add Account button to add an additional account. As you can see, the same information is required to add an additional account. Add an optional account nickname in the Account Nickname field. Next, select the account type. Enter the bank name in the Bank Name field, followed by your routing transit number. Lastly, enter your account number in the Account Number field. Review your information for accuracy and click OK to add this account to your record. Both accounts are now listed. Continue the process of adding your accounts using the Add Account button. You are allowed a maximum of 6 accounts. When you have added all of your accounts, scroll down to the Payment Elections area. As you can see, the family checking account is the only account listed. Click on the Change Election button to get started. You have to go through the Change Elections process to assign the accounts you have added. To add an additional account, click on the plus icon. Use the prompts to select the country and the payment type of direct deposit. Next, use the prompt to select the account you want to add. Both accounts are now listed. Note: Workday requires your percentage allocations to equal 100%, or you have to designate one account to receive the balance. Note: an account with a balance designation must be listed last in this list. You can adjust the allocation of each account using the radio buttons and updating the balance, amount, or percent. Recall that if your account is listed with the balance option selected, it must be the last account in the list. You can use the arrow buttons to change the order of accounts. Use the radio buttons to update this information as necessary. Click OK to save your changes. Both accounts and their elections are now listed. If you have finished entering accounts and updating payment elections, click on the Done icon at the bottom left of your screen. If you need to remove an account you previously set up, you must first remove it from a pay election assignment. To do this, click on Change Election. Use the minus sign icon to remove a row of data, and click OK to save your changes. Now that you have removed the account from any payment election assignments, you can delete it from your record. Click on the Delete Account button. Then click OK to delete the account from your record. Click Done when you have finished editing your accounts and payment elections. This concludes the training video on payment elections. Thank you for using Workday. Welcome to this Workday at UChicago training video on viewing and printing your payslip in Workday. To view your payslip, click the Pay Worklet. Under the View section, click Payslips. From the My Payslip screen, you can view a complete list of your payslips. You also have the option to print from this screen. In this example, we will click View to see greater detail about a particular payslip. As you can see, the payslip screen contains full details about your pay, including tax and withholding information. You can scroll up and down the screen to view this information in greater detail. At the top of the payslip view is the section containing company-related information. The next section contains payslip information, including the pay period begin and end dates. You can also view the check date here. The Current and Year-to-Date section contains current and year-to-date totals information, including gross and net pay, tax, and deduction totals. Earnings information is found in this section, including hours and pay rate. And the Taxable Wages section contains information related to your taxable wages. This is the Withholding section. This is where you will find your current tax and voluntary deduction information. The Payment section contains information related to net pay, as well as method of payment, either check or direct deposit. When you have finished reviewing your payslip, scroll to the top of the screen to view other payslip options. At the top of the screen, you can choose to view a previous payslip, print the payslip you are currently viewing, or return to the My Payslip screen, where you can view other payslips and additional pay-related information. When you have finished reviewing your payslip information, click the Workday logo at the top of your screen. This will navigate you back to the Workday homepage. This concludes the Viewing and Printing Payslips video. Thank you for using Workday.
Thank you for participating in our student employee training. Please make sure to submit your information in the Think section of this module. Your supervisor will reach out soon to continue your job-specific training and to answer any questions that you might have. If you do not know your supervisor's contact information, please check the directory provided in the Dig Deeper section of this module. Thanks for participating and welcome to the Center for Leadership and Involvement's team.